What is up, you bushy boys and girls? Back at it again with another bushy fitness vid. Today we're going to be talking about how long it takes to get jacked. Before we start talking about this dang topic, make sure you follow the TikTok, Instagram. Again, I'm a lazy bush, so I will not be putting those there because I do all my own dang editing, but the links are down below. Now, unfortunately, I don't have an actual answer for you, but I will be talking about my personal experience. I've been doing bodybuilding training. Well, I've been lifting for like sports such as football previously, but focusing on isolating and building muscles in order to look and feel better. I started noticing results about 6 months in, and it took about a month to really get over that initial soreness. I mean, I didn't completely know how to train. There's so much more info online now than when I started, believe it or not, even though it was like 3 years ago. But you want to stick to those main compound movements as a beginner lifter, such as the bench press, squat, and deadlift. Well, in my gym, I started out at the YMCA, so I didn't really do deadlifts. I did barbell rows instead, because they didn't really have the bumper plates, so like, you know, when you put the bar down, it's going to hit the floor, and that was a big no-no. There weren't any fancy machines like I got now at Crunch Fitness, like the upper chest press, the incline press. I had to use dumbbells, which I still use now, prop the bench up a little bit, a few pegs to a good angle, and yeah, go ham. Nice and heavy is key. But you also don't want to push yourself too hard, because then you will be really sore. Come to the gym the next day, you know, you're on this New Year's grind whenever you start to finally get going, taking better care of yourself physically, and you're gonna be so sore from the next day. You'll be like, yeah, let's just wait till tomorrow, and wait till tomorrow, and wait till, yeah, you get the idea. You are not coming back. Except in a few months, shoot, for people, even years' time, they're like, I want to get back in the gym again. You know, it's a new year, new me, new bush. It's the same cycle, so you just have to stick with the exercises you love doing, and it's definitely a trial and error. So if you do start at a basic gym like a YMCA, you're not going to have all these fancy machines, not that you need them anyway. You really want to focus on building strength before you focus on isolating individual muscles. For example, your rear delt on the back of your shoulder. This is the medial, and then the front delt. You're not probably going to have a rear delt fly machine in a basic gym, so you need to make do and use some dang dumbbells. Get creative. There's a lot of stuff online. Or if both the squat racks are taken and they got a leg press, do the leg press. Also depends what time of the day you go, how often you're lifting in the week. With your plan, you definitely want to have a plan when you go into the gym, especially bodybuilding training. Otherwise, you're kind of just like an old guy, you know, hopping on every machine, doing whatever the heck he wants. I mean, I gotta admit, when I'm 80, it's definitely gonna be me. I'm gonna be a dude that's at the gym all the time, you know, butt naked in the shower. Anyway, and not just lifting weights, but cardio as well. You don't want to go over the top. A lot of people on that first day, they'll get to running, just crazy stuff. Again, be so sore and discouraged in the future that they don't come back, or it's on very rare occasion. With progress, especially building muscle, it's a day in, day out process. Not saying you gotta go every day. I mean, I lift 5-6 days a week, but that's just my personal split. I've gone over before. When you're starting, don't just buy into all the nonsense online. Spend hundreds of dollars on coaching and a plan. You need to figure out what works for you. So if you're not really pushing to failure, well, once you get a few months under your belt, as a beginner lifter, you do not want to be training to failure on your last sets, doing a bunch of sets in general. Again, sticking with that, you don't want to get too sore aspect. Most people do not make it, shoot, I would say 2 weeks max. You know, a person might have a solid week, and I've definitely been guilty of this before, I started bodybuilding training. There were off-season summer football workouts, and they would give you just like a list of stuff. I hated all of it. It was like lunges, like overhead landmine press, just horrible stuff. Hated it all. I would maybe go for a day or two and then just put it off the rest of the summer. It's like, you know what? We're going to be lifting when we get back anyway. They had workouts a few weeks before the season started. That's when I'll get in shape. And then, yeah, it kicked my butt. That's the same with preventing being sore. I mean, that's why I do bodybuilding now. Get rid of that competitive aspect. It's just my journey. You don't want to try to compare yourself to other people because, oh my goodness, there are some genetic freaks out there. Natural too. I mean, do you see the guys I placed behind at my show? Wow. The winner was 19. So bottom line with getting started, yeah, there's no specific time that I can tell you're going to get jacked. I would say anywhere from 3 to 9 months, so let's just call it half a year. If you are in a consistent amount of times a week, whether it's you have 3 full body days or 6 days a week, just make sure you're recovering properly. Same goes with the soreness. Over time, it can definitely build up, so it's very important to have a rest day or two with your split. Don't worry about supplement stuff, like, am I taking the right pre-workout? Just get your butt in there. That is definitely the hardest part, or 50% of the work at least. Is just waking up and getting in the gym. Shoot, I get up at 4 a.m. most days than not. I mean, it's mainly to get my lifting in before work, and I wouldn't suggest that if you're new, because on top of doing something new, well, that would be 2 things. You're gonna have to get up at the butt crack of dawn, which will suck, and then you're not used to lifting weights or exercising, which will suck, and you'll hate it. The important thing is to find stuff that you love doing, foods that you love eating. Dieting is a whole different thing. I'm talking about exercising right now because we do need a stimulus for muscle growth. It doesn't just happen in the kitchen. You may have heard the saying, abs are made in the kitchen. Well, how are you going to grow those abs if you don't train them? I mean, I gotta admit, I really don't train abs, and this could be another video. I know I've talked about it in a short. You don't need direct ab training because, especially from compound movements, you'll be using your core to kind of stabilize. Like a barbell row, I'll be backing up out of the rack and holding with my core. Or I got like a tricep push down and I'm trying to stabilize with my core, brace it as you may. It's kind of just an ancillary muscle group for me. It will show when you have low enough body fat. And yeah, if you want to train abs, go for it. I'm sure they could help them pop out a little more with those exercises. But it's not a must. Most of you starting out will definitely be over 20-25% body fat. I'm being super generous. I mean, no matter what weight you are, you should definitely at least give a crap about your health and fitness. You don't have to make it your life. Kind of like what the big old bush is doing. Just get in there, shoot, even once a week. Just get in the gym once a week, go all out. If that's all you can do because you're so busy, working, trying to make the dang money, just go in Saturday, Sunday. It doesn't even have to be early morning, you can sleep in a bit. Right before lunch, hit a full body workout, then after, you can have lunch. And that way you'll have that muscle stimulus for your muscles to actually grow, even though you don't really have a lot of time throughout the week. I might be making a split video this Friday, Saturday, not sure. I gotta see more of the poll results, and if you haven't seen that on my community posts, I'm going to keep that in mind for the next couple days for my next video idea, because I'm curious what you guys want to see more fitness content about. I'm really trying to solve problems and help you guys be better bushes. Try to learn how to do basic things, because I know for me, the big old bush, most of this stuff is easier, straightforward. But it's like a teacher who's known the subject for 20 years. You have to slow things down and really show people the dang ropes. Like a barbell row I mentioned earlier, some people don't even know what that is. And yes, that blows my mind because I do it every week. But that's how you learn. from other people. The key takeaways from this video: if you're gonna start, don't push too hard. Find things you like doing, like the exercises or the dang munching. Find a time that works for you, how many days a week. You're split as you must. There's basic ones like chest and triceps, back and biceps, legs, well, shoulders and legs. I ran that at the YMCA. Very solid split. It's also push-pull legs, which you can do twice a week. There's 2 to 3 full bodies a week. And then, yeah, just my goated split. That's it for the video, you bushy boys and girls. Hopefully you guys learned more on how to build up that confidence to get started. And just know that, especially building muscle as a natural, takes lots and lots of time. If you want to target anything specific, just let me know. I'll make it short and record myself at the gym, wherever the heck I'm at, and show you how I do it. The best way, the bushy way. Anyways, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah. See you bushes. Later.